We finally saw this breakout that we have been waiting for, and Bitcoin reached the level of 31,000 US dollars, the top of this major resistance zone. And yes, we perfectly reached the price target of the 88.6, because remember, that is what I told you, if we're going to break the 61.8 Fibonacci retracement level, that we could see a pump all the way up to the 78.6 and the 88.6, and we perfectly reached this price target. And talking about price targets, let's go over to Solana, because yes, I showed you this cup and handle formation on the 4-hour chart, and we broke through this major target at 28 US dollars, and we came all the way up to the 31 US dollar level. But guys, we also broke out on the daily chart for Solana, and we can see that we nearly reached the price target at the top of this major range, because yes, here we have major resistance, so we could expect this pump all the way to the 32 US dollar level before we're going to see a small retracement. But we're going to look at the charts of Bitcoin to find out what we could expect, because we're going to look at the long-term perspective of Bitcoin, and we're going to find out what we could expect within this bull run. So guys, yes, if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe. And now let's directly start with today's content, and welcome back to B4Crypto, guys. First of all, I want to thank you all for smashing up the like button and subscribing to my channel, because this really pushed the algorithm. So yes, Bitcoin saw this massive pump towards the upside. But guys, before we're going to go over to the charts, we're going to look at the long-term perspective of Bitcoin. And yes, we can see that this is the monthly chart of Bitcoin. So first of all, we're going to analyze the market, because we can see in the year 2015 we found this bottom round about these areas, where we can see that Bitcoin reached the bottom at round about 280 US dollars, and then we could see that the bull run started, and we can see it lasted 35 bars, which was exactly 1065 days, until Bitcoin reached the all-time high in December 2017. And let's look at the next bull run, because here we can see that Bitcoin reached the bottom in the year 2018 round about December, where the price of Bitcoin reached the 4,200 US dollar level, and then we saw this pump all the way up, and we nearly came to the all-time high. But then we saw this consolidation and this black swan event. But guys, we can see that the bull run from the bottom all the way to the high in November 2021 lasted exactly 35 bars, which is equivalent to 1065 days. So we can see this clear pattern in the year 2020 and also in the year 2016, this major bull run. But guys, we're going to look at this bull run, this cycle, where we can see we had the bottom in November 2022, round about the 15,000 US dollar level. And now we could see that Bitcoin came all the way up to the levels of 30,000 to 31,000 US dollar level. But what could we expect? If we're going to compare the previous performance, we can see that yes, if we would see this 35 bar and this 1065 day move, we could expect that yes, we're going to reach an all-time high in October 2025. So yes guys, you're still early to invest in Bitcoin. And what is the best strategy? Yes, dollar cost average. But guys, we're going to find out what we could expect in the short-term perspective, because yes, either we're going to see a bull run like this, that we're going to see that Bitcoin is going to come to my end of the year price target round about the 50,000 US dollar level, and that we're going to see the markets crash and a consolidation, and before the halvening that we're going to see a dump like we saw with the Corona dump, that we could expect a black swan event. But maybe we're going to see a bull run like in the year 2016, where we could expect that yes, we could expect this massive pump, and that we're just going to see a sideways move and also a major pump towards the upside. And yes guys, with all this bullish news, a Bitcoin ETF, and also the major adoption from major institutions, we could expect that Bitcoin is going to pump all the way up, and that I expect that we're going to see a bull run like in the year 2016. But guys, yes, this is the reason why you should hold Bitcoin. So let's go over to the charts to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. And guys, if you want to support this channel, remember to smash up the like button. And yes, in the previous video we talked about if we're going to break the 61.8, this major resistance zone, that we could expect this massive pump to the 88.6 and also the 78.6, and exactly that happened. But we need to zoom out to find out what we could expect next, because yes, on the daily chart, let me just drag me down a little bit lower, that you can see the charts a little bit better. So yes, we had this major highs round about here, where we first formed this major resistance, then we saw this major pullback and this pump all the way back up. But guys, we can see that this is a major resistance zone, and that we could expect that yes, that Bitcoin is going to see some consolidation within this major resistance box, because yes, you can see this box has some major significance because the price came all the way back up and we saw that the price reacted exactly at the top of this box. And yes, this box is here for a very long time. I drew this in when the price movement was round about these areas. So yes, you could see the major significance of the major resistance zone and also the Fibonacci retracement levels. But guys, yes, if we're going to take this move with the Fibonacci retracement level all the way from this breakout all the way to the top, then yes guys, we could expect a retracement first of all to the 23.6, which is exactly the bottom of this major resistance zone. But we also could expect, yes, that the price movement comes all the way back down to the 38.2 and also the 61.8. But could we expect that the price movement is going to carry on and that we're going to see this massive move towards the upside? Because once again, if we're going to zoom out, guys, this is a major resistance zone. And normally we have the saying, show me a high and I show you a buy. So yes, we could expect, because we had this major push up, that Bitcoin is just going to break through and that we're going to come all the way up to the next major resistance, which is round about the $33,800 level. Because if we go on the higher time frames, on the weekly chart, we can see that we're forming this major W formation, which can also be, yes, a head and shoulders, because we could expect that this is the head, the left shoulder, and also the right shoulder, and this would be a bearish move if we're going to see that this will play out, because yes, the price target would be all the way from the top, all the way to the bottom. Now we're going to drag it over to the potential breakout point, all the way at the neckline. Then we could expect a dump all the way to the $20,000 level. But guys, I don't expect that this is going to happen. I expect that we're going to see a bullish move towards the upside, and the price target, if we're going to break out from this W on the weekly chart, and once again to the neckline and to the potential breakout point, then we could expect a price target of $40,000. But first of all, guys, we need to respect the major resistance zone round about the $33,000 level. But overall, this looks quite bullish for Bitcoin. But guys, let's go over to Solana, because yes, in my previous video, I've called this trade exactly here, and my video was exactly here. It was the perfect breakout from this cup and handle formation. And yes, we've reached our price target on the 4-hour chart, because we can see we broke this area and we came down and had a retest. Now we're seeing this continuation. But let's go on the daily chart of Solana to really find out, guys, this is going to be our next price target, the $32 level for Solana. Because yes, if we zoom out, we can see once again it is major resistance. But we could expect, guys, if we go on the weekly chart, we saw this major move towards the upside for Bitcoin, but we didn't see this follow through for the altcoins. Because if we compare the chart of Bitcoin, then yes, Bitcoin is round about this major resistance level and also the support in the previous bull run. So we could expect, yes, our major price target, if we're going to see this continuation above the $31,000 level for Bitcoin, that we could expect that Solana is going to see another from the price movement at the moment all the way to our target of 80% towards the upside. Because yes, if we go over to the Bitcoin dominance, then we can see that the Bitcoin dominance is dominating at the moment, and that we could expect, if we're going to get a major leg up, if Bitcoin breaks the $31,000 level, that we could expect a retracement for the Bitcoin dominance, and this would mean that all the altcoins will see a major push towards the upside. But let's go over to Ethereum to find out what is Ethereum doing at the moment. And yes, on the daily chart for Ethereum, we can see we had this major resistance level. First of all, we had this uptrend and this trend line that we broke, and it was resistance, and we broke through, and we can see, yes, we got this rejection from the 200 EMA, and then we saw this dump, it failed to hold, and then we saw this dump all the way back down to the $1,520 level, and at the moment we saw this pump all the way up. But yes, Bitcoin is in these levels already, so we could expect this follow through for the altcoins and also Ethereum, that we're going to see if Bitcoin has a consolidation, that all these coins, including Ethereum, will see this major push up into this major zone, which is exactly here, round about the $2,000 for Ethereum, which are the previous highs. So yes guys, it is now the time to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, because yes, on the 4-hour chart it looks extremely bullish for Bitcoin. Yes, we came all the way up to the $31,000 level, and now we could expect this retracement before Bitcoin really breaks this area, and we could expect a pump all the way up. And this is going to be really important, that if we're going to break this level, that Bitcoin finds support above the $31,000 level, so that we could expect this next move even higher. And guys, if you want to trade all these moves, go down in the video description below and sign up to Bybit, Fairdesk or even OKX, where you can trade on the spot market and also on the leverage market. And make sure to be for crypto and watch this video exactly now. And we see each other in the next video.